So you're probably very familiar with this point, all of the talk and debate online around whether or not we could expect any kind of new Nintendo Switch hardware to launch alongside of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, and my stance on this conversation has always been that it will be one of two scenarios from Nintendo. One option being they would launch brand new, more powerful hardware alongside of Tears of the Kingdom, or option two would likely be that we would at the very least get a Nintendo Switch OLED themed model launched alongside of the game. And in today's video, we need to go over some brand new leaked images that suggest that a Tears of the Kingdom themed OLED is indeed on the way, and we have to talk about exactly what this means for the future of Nintendo hardware going forward. What's up, Nation? If it's your first time on the channel, make sure you join Sunbro Nation by subscribing below. Hit the like button on this video if you enjoy it today. And make sure you turn on your bell notification icon so you're kept up to date with all the newest gaming news. As I mentioned, guys, today we were discussing a very interesting leak that has hit the internet that does reveal to us a Legend of Zelda themed Nintendo Switch OLED for the Tears of the Kingdom launch. And the first asterisk to this story is that it is possible that this is an elaborate fake. We do not know anything for sure until Nintendo officially announces it. However, when you see the images we're going to look at here, they are highly convincing, and they do come from the claimed source of a worker at a Chinese factory, which has also seen previous leaks like the Splatoon 3 edition OLED. And this is a very fascinating talking point because, again, you should know that we can expect either new, more powerful hardware from Nintendo to launch alongside of Tears of the Kingdom, or a special edition OLED model, but not both, because clearly if you're launching a special edition OLED model, you are not also going to turn around and launch brand new, more powerful hardware alongside of it. It will absolutely 100% be one direction or the other. And to get on the same page with all of the details and review some of the images for said leak, let's quickly hop over to VGC and read through their detailed typed up article together. Images claim to show special Zelda Tears of the Kingdom OLED Switch. Several images of the alleged special edition have been shared online. Images of the console appeared on the Famiboard forum overnight, posted by Kaizen. However, it's unclear where the user found these images initially or if they're in the possession of the console. It's also possible the images are an elaborate fake. And you can then see the detailed look at everything with a green and gold and white Joy-Con combination, and the back of the Switch OLED having faint circles all around it, as well as the dock being a white and gold combination, which I am the biggest fan of the dock and the way that this looks personally. The Joy-Cons look nice, but they need to grow on me a little bit. This dock, though, I want it in my house right now. Looks absolutely fantastic, and you can see some small engravings on the back of the console as well, and an interesting symbol that's being talked about on the left bottom of the Joy-Con that does not look like anything we've seen from the trailer so far, at least to my knowledge. And then finally, some retail packaging that does match the most recent layout we've seen in terms of how OLEDs are packaged and shipped, with a couple different languages for the Zelda Tears of the Kingdom themed OLED in the bottom left corner. And so again, guys, this is either one very elaborate fake right now, or this is legitimately somebody who does have this in manufacturing that leaked an image that they were not supposed, or multiple images at that they were not supposed to leak, because clearly Nintendo has not officially announced this thing yet, but it would be in that production timeline that you would expect this to start being mass produced and ready for sale. And it does follow the trend of major releases for Nintendo hardware recently, where we did see, of course, the Splatoon 3 themed OLED alongside of that release, and we saw the Pokemon Scarlet and Violet themed OLED alongside of those games releases. And one interesting thing on how Nintendo has been doing these special edition themed OLED models is that the game does not come with it, and these consoles also come out early before the game, typically a week or two. So can we expect this to launch without Tears of the Kingdom included and a little bit earlier than May 12th? I would say yes, and I would also expect Nintendo to make some kind of official announcement around the OLED model in the early part of 2023, maybe towards the end of January or February. And this is one that you will likely want to pre-order as soon as possible if you do personally want to get your hands on one, and I will definitely be picking one up for the collection, because providing this is real, it is too good to pass up, and one that I will definitely want to have my hands on personally. But I do think that this will put to bed the conversation for now, assuming this is a legitimate leak, that we should not be expecting any kind of new hardware to be launched or announced alongside of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. Could something come out in late 2023 holiday? That's definitely a possibility. Although, if you follow the channel, you'll know that we recently reported on John Linneman's recent comments from Digital Foundry 2023, where he's claiming that from what he heard from developers, there was once upon a time a plan for a more powerful Switch revision, but that likely turned into the Nintendo Switch OLED model due to real-world component shortages. And now whatever is next for Nintendo in terms of a hardware revision is actually most likely the true next-gen successor, which he then went on to theorize would not come out in 2023. So I've always been saying if there was ever a window to launch the more powerful console, if there was going to be a revision, it would be alongside of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. And now with these OLED images out there, that is definitely looking like likely not the path Nintendo is choosing to go, and rather just giving us a very nice specialized OLED themed console to pick up and add to your Switch collection. Or maybe you're somebody who's had a base model Switch this entire time, and this will be the justification to get onto OLED, which I will say in a handheld form factor looks and plays leagues beyond the base tier model. Even though there's no performance increase, it certainly is a performance increase for handheld play. With that 7-inch OLED display and all of the colors, the way they pop, it's great. So I really want to hear from you guys around this particular story, all your thoughts and opinions on it. What do you think about this leak? Do you think it's legitimate? I definitely tend to lean towards the answer being yes. Somebody either took an extreme amount of time to make these mock-up images and make it all look legitimate and actually printed out a physical box and created fake Joy-Cons and put them in retail packaging and took pictures of all this stuff just for fun. Like, that's definitely a possibility, but it certainly is elaborate if it is indeed fake. I definitely am leaning more towards the fact that this is most likely a Chinese manufacturer employee that just decided to take these images and that this thing is on the way. And also share with me whether or not you think this does indeed put to bed the conversation around our expectations for any kind of new hardware in 2023. Do you think Nintendo still does something like a curveball, more powerful console towards the end of 2023? Or do you think that we need to now shift our focus to 2024 and beyond to be talking about anything in terms of new Nintendo Switch hardware when it comes to a more powerful chipset? And do you think we are long past the revision talks and they are now truly on to what is next? Or do you think that they do more incremental updates for the Switch and keep it going with the current branding and marketing around it for quite a bit longer than any of us maybe originally expected? So regardless of your thoughts and feelings on everything we talked about today, I do look forward to hearing from you all in the comments down below before you leave the video, as I do look forward to getting a back and forth conversation started with you all around these topics. Go watch yesterday's video next if you haven't already, which is on screen right now. Also make sure you like, subscribe, turn on your notification bell, and I will see you guys in the next video.